Greetings and a very warm welcome to you all to Astro Times today. As mentioned in my few of my earlier videos, my area of focus is more research oriented. I am doing more research in astrology than the predictive part. So today I want to present some of my views about this Bhava Kundali, Bhava chart. So what is this Bhava chart? Bhava means house. But we already have one Rasi chart. What is this Rasi chart and what is this Bhava chart? When we have to use this Bhava chart and when we have to use this Rasi Kundali. All these things in today's video, I am going to present with you all. Who are all interested in research in astrology, they can always contact me on the numbers given. Just who are not interested in this research part, but they are just only interested in this predictive part, they can simply stay away from my videos. My videos are always high-end videos. They are not for just tips. I'm not providing any tips to anybody. Okay. So I want to first let me share my screen. So before that, let me tell you something. This Kala Purusha is of 360 degrees. So all of us are aware of it. It starts at 0 degrees Aries and it ends at 360 degrees Pisces. So 0 degrees Aries is nothing but Ashwini first pada and 360 degrees is Revati fourth pada. Matter is clear? Now, somebody who is born at there are 12 zodiacs, there are 12 rasis, or we call it as a 12 zodiacs. Each Rasi is of approximately, let me use the word approximately, each Rasi is of approximately 30 degrees. It is not always 30 degrees, but some Rasis are 31 degrees are there, some Rasis are 29 degrees are there, some Rasis are exactly 30 degrees. So for our discussion purposes, Rasi is of 30 degrees. So somebody, let me present one case for your clear understanding. Oh, now all of you are seeing my screen now. This is, I have taken a random time, I have not taken any exact time. So this is April 3rd, 2025, 6:49 p.m. chart I have taken. So 6:49 p.m. chart I have taken. So here, Lagna you see this Lagna is starting at 19 degrees Virgo. Lagna is starting at 19 degrees Virgo. So roughly around 20 degrees. So this is the first house. As of all of us know, the Lagna is always the first house, followed by the second house is Libra, third house is Scorpio, fourth house is Sagittarius, fifth house is Capricorn. Like that it goes, and then it ends with the 12th house, that is Leo. 12th house is Leo. Okay, so each Rasi, how sometimes I'm confusing you, but it is over a period of time you will understand. I am using the, even though I'm saying Rasi and house, Rasi and house are not synonyms. They are not synonyms to each other. Please understand this point. Okay, each Rasi is of 30 degrees. Okay, apart from Lagna, there are 11 Rasis, 30 degrees each, so 330. So total Kala Purusha is of 360 degrees. So generally what people think, this Lagna is also is of 30 degrees. which their calculation is wrong. So this is not how we have to calculate. See here, Lagna, the first house is starting at 19 degrees. So that means we already left 20 degrees. So 330 degrees for remaining 11 Rasis, and Lagna Rasi is for 10 degrees. So it is only for 340 degrees. So where the remaining 20 degrees are going? Here first house is starting at 10 degrees, 19 degrees Virgo. It is not starting at 0, first 151st degree. 150, it is not 151 degrees Aries, it is 151 degrees Virgo, but it is starting at 170 degrees, 170 degrees Virgo. So for if we concern only this Virgo, it is starting at 20 degrees. So remaining 20 degrees, we are leaving this. So entire zodiac must be of 360 degrees. But here we are coming to only 340 degrees. Where remaining 20 degrees are going. Astrology means is a perfect mathematics. Mathematically, the entire zodiac must be of 360 degrees, but here is of 340 degrees only. Here, now we are coming with a solution, that is Bhava Kundali. Bhava Kundali or Bhava Chalit chart. This is something apart from Rasi chart. This is also we have to consider when we are giving any prediction. Without considering this Bhava Kundali chart, without referring to this Bhava Kundali chart, we cannot give any prediction. Let me explain you how this Bhava Kundali works, how to calculate this Bhava Kundali. There are 3-4 different methods of calculating this Bhava Kundali. See, first one is equal houses method that I am going to show you now. The next one is Krishnamurti Paddhati that we are not discussing as of now, but in the times to come that also I will discuss. And the last one is that is more accurate, but that is it involves more complex mathematical calculations. Because of that reason, I am not touching now, but that is more authenticated. That is called Sripati Paddhati. So I am showing you now equal houses method. Krishnamurti Paddhati anyway we are ignoring, that I am not touching now. And this method, next I will teach you this Sripati Paddhati. Okay. First, let us understand how this equal houses method works. So in this equal house, okay, let me. I will present one more chart now. So this is how to calculate this Bhava chart. Okay, here you can see this is zodiac sign: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So I have mentioned the planets here. Here I have given the how planets are populated. How I am not sharing the date and time of. This is also a notional chart. I am not taking particularly giving you any date, time, and place of birth of this native. And now we are using equal houses method. See here what primary importance is of ascendant. See, ascendant is Leo 5 degrees 55 minutes. So you assume that it is 5 degrees. Okay, so apart from this Leo sign, rest are 130. Here, because 5 degrees are already passed, so we have to consider only 25 here. 150 plus 25, 175. So 330 plus 25, 355. So zodiac is of 360 degrees, where the remaining 5 degrees are going. If without considering those 560 degrees, if without considering those 5 degrees, our calculation will be wrong. Planets will be populated here. You are seeing this calculation will be wrong now. How to adjust this, put these planets properly in appropriate places, that is going to be our discussion now. So For this purpose, now we have to calculate Bhava Majja, that is of equal houses method. So according to this method, the Lagna is always at the 50, the Bhava Majja is always 15 degrees, is at 15 degrees. For any sign, the Bhava Majja will be there at 15 degrees. So we'll, based on this, we'll be doing some corrections to the Lagna and adjust the Bhavas accordingly. Bhava is nothing but house. Here now, from now onwards, I'm going to be very strict. When I'm saying Bhava, it is house. When I'm saying Rasi, means it's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, etc. But when I'm saying Bhava, I'm not meaning that it's first Bhava, second Bhava, third Bhava, fourth Bhava. When I'm saying in particular, in relation to this chart, when I'm saying this particularly this first Bhava, it does not mean that I'm referring to Leo. I'm referring to first house. When I'm referring to Leo, when I'm saying it as Leo, it is Leo Rasi. Okay, that is how you have to understand me. Let me repeat. When I am using any, during my course of my lecture, if I'm using the word Bhava, means it is house. First house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, and 12th house. When I'm using the word Rasi, it means it is Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and finally Aries, and finally Cancer. Now let us go into this mathematical side. Here, every degree, planetary degrees I have mentioned here. Here I have mentioned the planetary degrees. So you understand this. According to this chart, Rasi chart, Saturn is positioned in Aries. You can see Saturn is debilitated. You can see Moon is positioned in Taurus, exalted. You can see Gemini. In Gemini, there are 3 planets: Mercury, Sun, and Mars. You can see in Cancer, you can see Venus. Leo, that is Lagna, that is, we have Ketu there. And Virgo, we have no planet. And Libra, we have Jupiter. And finally in Aquarius, we have Rahu. Okay, the first house, this Leo, Simha Rasi is having Leo in it, is having Ketu in it. Opposite house, 7th house, it is Rahu. Okay, now we understand how to calculate this Bhava. This is only for 355 degrees calculation. But how to adjust this for 360 degrees? Will planets really change their position during our calculation? We will see. Bhava Majja is at 15 degrees. Okay. I have to subtract the longitude of the Lagna from 15 degrees. I have to subtract the Lagna's longitude from 15 degrees. Here, Lagna's longitude is 15 degrees, 5 degrees, 55 minutes. I have to subtract this from 15 degrees. So I cannot subtract 5 degrees from 15 degrees, 15 degrees from 5 degrees. So now what I have to do, I added 30 degrees to my Lagna. Lagna's longitude, that is 35 degrees. So that is 15 degrees. Now I will be conveniently, I will be subtracting this 15 degrees from 35 degrees. I'm ending up at 20 degrees 55 minutes. But this goes to Leo. I'm subtracting now. This is 5 degrees somewhere here. If I go back, if I subtracted 20 degrees, 15 degrees from this, I will somewhere end up here in 15 degrees in Cancer sign. I will be ending up at some 20 degrees in Cancer sign. So now let us consider now this from 20 degrees, now all our calculations will start. So now the first house, now I am not talking about Leo, Cancer like that. I am talking about first house. The first house starts from 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo, Cancer, and it ends at 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo. That is the span of the first house. Here, if you see, the entire first house is in Leo. But according to our new calculation, the first house starts at 20 degrees 55 minutes Cancer and ends at 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo. So like that, everything I'm calculating you can see the second house starts at 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo and ends at 20 degrees 55 minutes Virgo. So third house starts at 20 degrees 55 minutes Virgo and ends at 20 degrees 55 minutes Libra. Like that, we come to the 12th house. 12th house starts at 20 degrees 55 minutes Gemini, 20 degrees 55 minutes Gemini, and ends at 20 degrees 55 minutes Cancer. And from 12th, after this 12th house, again the first house will come 20 degrees 55 minutes Cancer to 20 degrees 55 minutes, that is Leo. Calculation is there on the screen. Even though if you are not able to understand my complex mathematical calculations that are involved in this, you can see this chart. I'm just stopping this here. If you want to, you can see. You can take even a picture. If you have any questions, you can ask me. So let me proceed now. This is Bhava chart, equal houses method. Okay, see now here the same Bhava Rasi chart I adjusted. So 20 degrees 55 minutes. This here it is just in numbers. Here it is in diagrammatic form. So 25 degrees 55 minutes Cancer to 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo. This is the first house. So 20 degrees 55 minutes Leo to 20 degrees 55 minutes Virgo, that is second house. So 20 degrees 55 minutes Virgo to 20 degrees 55 minutes Libra, that is my third house. So this is the how I got my houses now. These are not Rasis, please remember. These are not Rasis. These are houses. In Bhava chart, we see houses. In Rasi chart, we see Aries, Taurus, Libra, like that. Zodiac signs we see there, and houses we see here. And how to read clubbing together, I will explain you during the course of my video. See now, here, this is the mathematical part of it. I have now populated the planets in this. So you can see here I'm not calling it first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house. So when I'm calculating planets, 3 planets are changing their houses. Here you can see there's Saturn, Mars, and Venus. So Mars is at 24 degrees 51 minutes Gemini. This is the calculation, 24 degrees 51 minutes Gemini. See here you see Mars is at 24 degrees 55 minutes Gemini. Okay, but this Gemini is up to 20 degrees only, right? This Gemini is only up to 20 degrees 55 minutes. So 24 from 21st degree onwards, it goes to next sign. It goes to Cancer sign. So that is how it came to when in Rasi Kundal, in Rasi chart, Mars is in Gemini sign. But when we come to final Bhava chart, it moved to Cancer sign. How to read this Bhava chart? I will explain you during the course of media. Just don't worry about it. You can ask me whether one very wise question whether Mars moved from Gemini to Cancer. No, Mars is in Gemini only. He did not move to Cancer. I'll explain it in the course of my video. So in the same way, Venus is at 20 degrees Cancer. So but this Cancer is only up to 20 degrees. So it moves to the next sign, Leo. Next come to the Saturn, it is 25 degrees 35 minutes Aries. So Aries is only up to 20 degrees. So it moves to Taurus. So like this, these planets have moved these positions, 3 positions. 3 planets, they moved their positions. Here you can see Venus and here you can see Venus and Saturn, Moon and Saturn are not conjunct. But if you see this Bhava chart, this Moon and Saturn are in conjunct, forming a Vishayoga. But when you see Rasi chart, there is the Vishayoga, but here there is a very clear-cut Vishayoga. Now, how to read this Bhava chart and Rasi chart, how to put together and read, I'll explain you. When you are reading Rasi chart, Lagna, Leo is the Lagna and Ketu is in it. This is how you have to read this Rasi chart. Here also Lagna will, in Bhava chart also Lagna will not change. Lagna will remain in Leo in first house only. Okay, Ketu and Venus are in first house. This is how you have to read. Here Ketu and Venus are in first house. Here Leo, Ketu is in Lagna. Ketu is in Simha Rasi, Ketu is in Leo. That is how we have to read a Rasi chart. When Ketu is in first house, Ketu and Venus are in first house. That is how we have to read. So only three planets are affecting us. Those planets only will read, rest remain the same. So when reading this Rasi chart, you have to read Saturn is in Aries. Saturn is still in Aries. Saturn did not move from Saturn to Taurus, Aries to Taurus. Saturn is in Aries, debilitated, and Saturn is in 10th house. Saturn is not in 9th house. Saturn is in 10th house. Saturn is in Aries, debilitated, and Saturn is in 10th house. Here, Saturn is getting debilitated in the 10th house. Now we see Venus. Here you see Venus is in Cancer. If you are reading Rasi chart, you will say Venus is in Cancer, and if you come to Bhava chart, Venus is in first house. So now I have to read what we have to how to read this how to read these two charts put together. Now Venus is in Cancer in first house. Venus did not move from Cancer to Leo. Venus is in Cancer only. Venus is in Cancer in first house. Okay. So here there is one more chart I have given. This is South Indian style presentation because some some of my viewers who are following my videos from North India, they are asking me to present this North Indian chart as well, because I am not that expert in North Indian chart. Still, I will try to present. This is North Indian chart. This is North Indian chart. Please go through my video very carefully and ask me if you have any questions. Okay, but when reading, we have to read this both Rasi chart and Bhava chart put together. If you read only by Bhava chart, Rasi chart, your results will definitely go wrong. So you have to read together Rasi chart and Bhava chart put together. Okay, hope this video is this is how you have to read both Bhava chart and Rasi chart put together. I will tell you one thing. Whenever I am saying Rasi chart, I am referring to Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. I am referring to Rasi chart. When I am calling houses, that means first house, second house, third house, I am referring to Bhava chart. That is how you have to read both Bhava chart and Rasi chart put together. Please don't exclusively go by Rasi chart. Your results will definitely go wrong. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye and God bless you all. In my next coming videos, I'll try to prepare some worksheets about this Sripati Paddhati and share with you all. By the way, anybody who is interested in research in astrology, they can always consult me. My number is 8309197531. It is there on the screen. You can see. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye and God bless you all.